Stop taking trades without confirmations and know where you are in the bigger picture. Bitcoin might be repeating a cycle structure we've seen multiple times before. Right now in the weekly chart, Bitcoin is forming another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cycle pattern. The same structure that has defined major moves historically. But here's the important part. Even though the most recent leg looks slightly bearish, price is still maintaining a major support zone between the $60,000 and $70,000 area. And if that level continues to hold, then this move could simply be a temporary correction before the next expansion higher. So the real question that traders should be asking right now is this: is Bitcoin in a bearish phase of the cycle? Is it finishing the bearish phase of the cycle, or are we about to see the start of the next leg higher? So in this video, I'm going to show you the Bitcoin weekly cycle structure, why the daily range is trapping traders, the 4-hour trade setup that I'm currently in, and the update on the Pippin trade and the Morpho swing trade that continues to respect the structure. No emotions, no guessing, just structure, liquidity, and following the plan. And by the way, if you enjoy market analyses like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All you have to do is go to the links in the description here, and you can press the subscribe button just like that. And hey, share it with a friend, someone who thinks Bitcoin's next move is obvious, right? Especially if it'll make them mad. Because right now, the market is playing a very interesting game. Let's go! So, first, we're going to get right into the charts this time. No macro. I wonder why. I don't know, Michael. Maybe you need to be coming up with some new material. I don't know, but let's get right into the charts because that's what we got to do. So, all right, so the weekly time frame. Because this is where the bigger picture story appears. If you look closely at the chart, Bitcoin has been following a very consistent cycle structure, right? You can see it, a sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 moves. This is basically, these are wave counts. Then the cycle repeats. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure forms again. We saw this pattern play out multiple times throughout the recent years. Each time that the structure completed, the market eventually moved into the next phase of the cycle. And now, Bitcoin appears to be forming that structure again. So, but this time, the most recent leg of the structure has been moving slightly toward the bearish side. But here's the key detail. Even with that bearish pressure, Bitcoin continues to hold strong support between the $60,000 and $70,000 levels. This zone has repeatedly acted as a demand area where buyers step into the market and they continue to maintain the support. So if the support continues to hold, then the current move could simply be a cycle correction before the next expansion higher, which would take us up to wave 5 and, the 126 highs, right? And that's why this region becomes extremely important. Because if buyers defend this zone, the market could eventually start growing the next leg of the cycle. Now, let's move along to the daily time frame because we can see some more information here. So almost for a month now, Bitcoin has been inside of this clear range, right? After the major pullback from that went to 59K, price started moving sideways between support and resistance. And something interesting keeps happening inside this range. Every time Bitcoin tries to break out, the breakout fails. Price moves above the range, it goes back inside the range. Or it tries to break below the range, right, temporarily, and then it quickly comes back inside the range, which is a classic example of liquidity traps inside of a ranging market. Now, this kind of structure usually continues, right? It usually continues until the market builds enough liquidity on both sides. Once that liquidity is built, the market often makes a strong breakout on one side and it consumes the liquidity from the other side, as you see with this illustration here. And this is the type of breakout we're anticipating, right? And that's when the real move begins, after everyone is caught. So personally, I'm still leaning toward the bullish side. Mainly because the fundamental narrative around Bitcoin continues to be extremely strong. But technically, the market still needs to confirm the breakout. All right, now let's get into the trade updates. Now, the 4-hour trade setup. Right now, I'm currently in a short position on this trade. My stop loss has been moved to break even, which means the trade is now protected. This position, I'm risking 2% of my account. The reason I took this trade is because there's a clear supply zone above the current structure, right? If price moves into that area, there's a higher chance that the bears step in to the market. Now, the market could also still move higher and touch my stop loss, right? But since the stop is at break even, the risk is controlled, it's managed. So this becomes a very controlled trade opportunity, as you can see. Now, let's jump over to the Pippin situation, right? So here's this Pippin trade. We identified a large pool of buy-side liquidity sitting above the price, right? But instead of sweeping that liquidity right away, the market actually chose to move lower first. You see that here? Now, at the moment, I haven't invalidated this trade yet. I still want to see how the structure develops. Now, there is a very clear invalidation point. If price goes below the recent swing low from around the March 4th to March 5th area right here, the setup will no longer be valid. At that point, I will simply cancel the idea and wait for a new structure. And if that happens, I'll update everything inside the Telegram channel. So I hope you're in there, people. All right, let's take a look at Morpho. So Morpho, this trade has been performing very well. As you can see, it tapped the second profit objective. Right now, I have 3% of my account is risked in this position, and I'm using roughly 10x leverage. This was always planned as a swing trade, which means the setup was expected to play out over several days, right? That's a typical swing trade. And so far, the market has been respecting the levels nicely. As you can see here, we rejected the first profit objective and touched the second, right? So my stop loss continues to be exactly where it was before because the structure has not changed, right? So the thing is this, here's the plan. Let the trade develop, protect the position, and allow the market to move toward the second profit objective and stay above it. All right, so that's how that's playing out. Now let's update the trade challenge, right? The $10,000 to $100,000 trade challenge, right? It's not about one trade. It's about showing how following the plan and risk management can compound an account over time. No gambling, no nonsense, just structured setups and consistent plan following. Right now, we have multiple trades playing out, which includes Bitcoin, Pippin, right, and the Morpho swing trade. So some trades will win and some won't. But the key is following the same system every single time because trade success doesn't come from forecasting every move. It comes from managing risk across many trades. And by the way, all these trades are done on the MEXC platform. All right, so why MEXC? When you trade futures, the fills matter a lot. So you want fast order fills, deep liquidity, and minimal slippage. And that's exactly why I prefer using MEXC for these setups. There's also a community campaign running right now. If you sign up using the link in the description and deposit 100 USDT and trade $1,000 worth of futures, then the first 40 users can receive a $50 USDT bonus, right? So if you were going to use MEXC anyway, you should take advantage of that. Now, all these trades, by the way, they're tracked on the Profits Precision platform. This is how we track performance. Every trade that is done is logged inside Profits Precision because serious traders don't rely on memory. They rely on data. Inside Profits Precision, we track everything like the win rate, the reward risk ratios, and overall consistency. That feedback is what helps improve performance over time. Okay, so now people, guys, I'm sharing new trade setups almost every single day, and every trade is updated live inside my free Telegram channel, right? The entries, the stops, the partials, the full trade management, everything gets shared there before the move happens. So if you want to follow the $10,000 to $100,000 challenge in real time and see the setups that are going through the channel, make sure you join the free Telegram. All you have to do is go to the description as you see here. You can see the link, you expand it, and there you go. You click on that link and you are in the Telegram channel. Do it. Do it now. Do it. Click the link. All right, so people, as you know, stay calm, stay safe, and wait for the market to reveal its hand. Don't rush into anything. And if you miss something, don't worry about it. There are always new opportunities. All right, so people, with that, I will see you in the next one. Let's go!